Okay, so it's Reiki Mongolia. Yay!
Yay.
Okay, hi Kishki. Hi, beautiful. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
So, so good. Just wanted to say hi real quick. So we were just gonna have questions, and then I want to start to teach you how you can take clients. Now we have 21 days of self-practice.
Mhm.
And so when we do hands positions, first we call in ceremonial space by just doing chakare, 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 chakare. That's the lazy way of doing it, but it works. And then we say gasho,
Gasho.
relio, and chirio,
Cheerio.
Reiki on.
Thank you.
Okay. So when we say Reiki on, it's already flowing, right? You place yourself in a golden sphere of light.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. Good. And then when we let's see. So today let's imagine you're having a client coming to you.
Okay.
Okay. So Kishki is the client. Okay. So before she came on, we have made an appointment, right? If they're gonna come to your house or your studio or Zoom, you can say Gasharelio Cherio. Before they come, you can do Hansa Seishonen. Hansa Seishonen. Hansa Seishonen. That's a long distance symbol. So when they arrive, either on Zoom or in person, they're nice and relaxed.
Wow. Okay.
So if they have to drive somewhere, they can have a safe journey there. So you always wish that. And then they come. Okay, so today I had a beautiful client. Oh, she was an ex-model, super famous. I have no idea. Ah,
Nice.
Mongolian.
From Mongolia.
Yeah, or she's from Russia, but from north.
Wow.
Yeah, her name's Irena. Yeah, anyway, she came, so I did chakra for her. I set up ceremonial space when she came,
Mhm.
and I have a file for all of my clients.
Ah.
Okay, so I put it here, and then I make I just put their name, like you remember how I did when I did your sessions. I put a stick figure. I write,
Okay.
and then I write their chakras, like I did. Remember how I did
Next time it's very useful.
it's nice to have. Yeah, next time you say, okay, what did I do? Usually I remember, but it's nice to have it. So here's one person, for example. So I write like that.
Ah.
Okay. So the crown chakra, third eye chakra, throat chakra, heart chakra, and then I do solar plexus and second chakra and the root, right? And then I put a circle around them, and that's the golden sphere of light. Okay. Okay.
Some people can't join with the Zoom link, I
Why?
think.
Oh,
Is there any ID or passport?
yes, I think so. Let me see.
Okay.
It's
Hi,
just a
Carolina.
hi, darling. How are
I'm
you?
good. How are you?
Wonderful. Okay, so they can't join with that. Okay, let me see how I can send the information for them.
So I was able to just copy and paste the link to my browser and then joined
Yeah,
instead of just joining from the link. So I can add that to the group.
yeah, add that to copy the
Okay.
thing and put it in the browser. That's a good idea. Let's see if I have still. Yeah. Okay, good. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, so now they can figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we have 21 days
Mm-hmm.
of hands positions, right? And we just learned like we place yourself in a golden sphere of light, right? And whenever you do your hands position, you do ceremonial space. So you just add chakra on all the directions
Mm-hmm.
up and below. That's basically it. Okay, today we're going to learn how we take in a client. Okay, so like I said, I have files for everybody that I do sessions with. And I write this, like I showed earlier, write a little guy like that. I put their name and then I make this, I put the date. And then I take notes here. It doesn't have to be so much because when I see that, I automatically remember what we were working on. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then, of course, if you have somebody new, today had a wonderful new client here. And we ask, of course, I like to do a phone call first with them and see in general, what is it that they want to work on? So then when they come here, we can get going right off the bat. Also, if you're having somebody to come and you work on them on Zoom, you do the same thing. You welcome them by sending Hansa Sessionen, Hansa Sessionen, Hansa Sessionen to them, okay? And then they can join in. Okay, here's another one coming. Okay, so maybe there's a different number or different thing when you come from there. Okay, so, and then I have all of my files here in my file cabinet. Here.
Mm-hmm.
There is my file cabinet, there. So I have everybody and I have all the clients here. Lots of
Okay.
So if they come back and then you have their email, and if they come back, you know, it's nice to remember, welcome back. You can write what's their information, you know, whatever payment they did, etc. So you keep everything organized. Like this is your business. If you want to do that, you can have a business like that. Okay. All right. Still, let's just talk. You still just did 21 days of hands positions. Are you still ups and downs with the hands positions? Do you feel like a little emotional still? Are you still crystallizing the Reiki inside of you? Saya, you said you had a little up and down, right?
Yeah, not really emotional, but like kind of feel empty because like during the Reiki workshops, like I felt really high, but not very like emotionally, just like very full in general, right? So
Yeah,
after that, I felt kind of like empty.
yeah.
But I was just doing the Reikis. Yeah, but I wanted to ask like if you can do the self Reiki with like another person in the room or just in public places.
Absolutely. Yes, you can. Just place yourself in a golden sphere of light. Just do that and just do. Now, if you can't be like, okay, chakure, chakure, you know, if you're in a public place, you can just imagine with your mind and say chakure, 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 and visualize the symbol chakure, 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 chakure. You can visualize it with your mind's eye. Okay, it's just the intention that we're working on. Okay. And then you can, if you can do hands-on positions, great. You can do that publicly if you want. But if that's a little embarrassing, you can also beam. Like you can imagine, what would it feel like if I place my hands on my head? Imagine your hands on your head. Imagine your hands over your eyes. Imagine your hands on your neck. Imagine on the throat and the heart, right? Imagine the third. So you can do that, or you can do some of them. So if you just start it and you say, okay, I'm doing it, then you are fine to do it. You know, if you live with your parents or siblings or husbands or whatever, you can still do it. It's wonderful. Actually, you'll change the energy of the room. It's very nice.
Okay.
Okay. And if you felt like, oh my God, I missed a couple of days, oh no, you don't have to start over. You're here on the Zoom. You're good to go. Okay. Hi, Suki.
Bye.
Hi, good morning.
So I this stuff really works. I
Oh, yeah.
used it when I was in a very competitive buying situation. I just bought a car and I drove 4 hours each way, and I was doing it, and I was like in the car. I was trying not to fall asleep, and I was just like chocolate, chocolate, and then sending, saying Hanso session then to the car, so I will actually get it, and everything worked out very smoothly, and I wasn't tired during the rest of the drive, so it really works.
It really works. It works
Yeah,
so good that it's almost a little creepy good, you know?
yeah,
It works. Uh,
yes.
any other questions?
Yeah. At the beginning, I was so angry. And then I was sick. And now, at the end of the 21 days, I feel very sad.
That's okay. That is good. Just say, thank you, sadness, for coming out.
Okay. Thank you,
Thank
sad.
you, sadness, for coming out. Okay, you can ask. Remember muscle testing? Is it my sadness?
Ah. Mm.
Oh, exactly. I gotta know also. So sometimes there's a lot of energy and emotions around us. With
Mhm.
this, one important thing to know is
Mhm.
that sometimes if you're interested in this, like yoga or whatever, thank you.
Mhm.
I keep your pictures on. I love when I can see your faces. You're sensitive. Thank you. I don't care if you're
Mhm.
walking around. Yeah, just ask, is this my anger? No. Am I picking up anger from the collective? Yes. Okay. Thank you for showing me the anger. Then you can say, okay, I cleared some of the collective anger through my body now.
Mhm.
And then you say, stop. Yeah, you put the boundary and say, stop. Okay, now no more. I can't do any more now. Hi, Billy. Hi.
Hi.
Beautiful. Thank you for showing your pictures. So you say stop so you don't take all day long other people's. Do you remember how we clear our field?
Mhm. Remember him?
Rim, rim, rim. I clear my field. Rim, rim, rim. Clear everything so you're clear. Okay?
The emotions too.
Move, okay, move out. Rim, rim, rim. It's very powerful. Rim, rim, rim is very powerful mudra. Okay, a mantra. It's a root mantra of Tara. Okay, so it's very like that. Cut. Okay, so then you place yourself in a beautiful golden sphere. And if you are feeling something, anger, confusion, sadness, loneliness, what is it that has happened? You are most likely in your mind, or you are taking on other people's energy, or you're leaking your own energy out. Okay, so we just say, rim, rim, rim. I allow the universal light or Reiki to flow through me so that I may be, enlightened or healed or balanced. Okay, and then you do golden sphere of light, and then you do chakra, 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 and you begin with your hands positions. Or you can just say Reiki on. Or you can say Gasho Relio Tirio. Okay, and just let the Reiki flow and you set the intentions. I intend a Reiki to balance me, to heal me, to remove that which is not balanced and balance it for me. Okay. So yeah, so okay, so we have Saya. She also bought a car using Reiki. So send Reiki into the future where you're going. If you're going to work, or maybe Billy going to court or something, or working on a case, put sensation and put energy forward so it'll be easy peasy. Remember, when we're going into places that are very crazy and emotional and lots of anger, I'm right, you're right, blah, 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 then have your energy in control by using Reiki. Then you don't have to think about it. It just happens nicely and smoothly. So thank you, Saya, for that example also. Saya, we have two Sayas. Okay.
Yep.
But the Google group is not alive yet. So sorry.
Okay.
Came home. I've been super busy. We're actually selling our house. So we've been like organizing the whole thing. It's like,
Oh.
yeah, I was like, what? Oh, okay. So
Are
that's
you
what,
moving
yeah,
elsewhere?
we're just kind of putting it on the market. It's a perfect time for us now. So we're gonna be here still in the States.
Okay.
But we're just kind of upgrading or, making some adjustments. You might have a
Okay.
huge house and, we don't have that many kids living at home anymore. So we can downsize a little bit.
Yeah.
So I will put that up tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. And I will directly add you guys from the list. And then I'll share the documents that you can have and look at also. Okay, so back to you're taking a client, they're coming to you, you prepare them, and when they come in, what do? Well, you say, hello, welcome. You can have a little formula for them to sign and to sign their name and show them that, okay, this is Reiki and I receive it, especially if they're coming to your home. Now, if I have people here in my home in Los Angeles, you can't touch people in California. Like, you can't do it unless you are a minister. So I'm a minister too, so I can do that. And plus, I also have a yoga and Reiki and workshop insurance. This is Los Angeles. I don't know how it is where you guys are, but I'm covered, right? So, and it's sad that it has to be like that, but that's how it is. And plus, people that seek you out that want to take Reiki from you, that are paying you money or exchange or something, then there's an agreement. So that agreement is also a fair exchange, okay? But there is I would recommend for you guys to have a simple form. So I have,
Яатын зүгээр байна гэдэг.
yeah.
Энийг Google-тэй мөнгөлтэй өөрөө дуртай юм уу?
Thank you for translating
Sorry.
that. Oh, please, if you do that, that would be great.
Oh, sorry. I have my nephew babysitting, so I was just asking her to do something for my toddler. But
Oh, I thought
I
you
don't
were
know. I'll be happy to translate if
you can
somebody
just
needs
say,
translation.
have a Reiki client information form. How are you? Good morning. Right? And here I just have name, phone number, address. I have emergency contact. I don't really use all that, but you can say, are you under care of a physician? Maybe you can translate that.
Under care of.
Like if you have a doctor,
Oh,
what
okay.
circumstances, because when we do Reiki, we're not like, okay, I'm going to heal your broken leg. You can't say that legally here. But, if you have a broken leg, Reiki will help heal it no matter what anybody else says, because it works with that energy. So just ask if they are on current medications. If they want to answer that, they don't have to. if they have a physician and if there's some health things going on. Okay. And then you can ask if they have received Reiki before and how many sessions have you had before, stuff like that. You can just talk about it also. So if you can translate that on the form, just translate into does everybody understand what I'm saying, or do we need to translate?
Yeah.
You
Yeah, we
understand?
can understand.
You can answer. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Then I say, at the end here, I can take a picture of this. It says, I understand that Reiki is simple, gentle, hands-on energy technique. It is used for stress reduction and relaxation. So that's what happens. Okay. I understand that Reiki practitioners do not diagnose, okay, conditions, or we prescribe or perform medical treatments. We don't do that. Baby. Hi, baby. Hi. Okay. But Reiki can complement and help medical or psychological care that they may be receiving elsewhere. Okay, this is a big thing. I'm just going to take a picture of it and put it on our group. You don't have to have it that extensive, but something of that. Depends how, how much you want to kind of go for it.
Okay.
Any questions in regards of that?
So, Carolina, do you go to people's homes or do you typically have them come to you?
Yes, I can. I
Okay.
go sometimes to people's homes also.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi. So I put the picture on there. I think this is a little over the top. Personally, I think that's like so much information here.
Mhm.
But yes. Any other questions? Make something simpler. It's easier to have a simple formula. Hey, Sid.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other questions?
Can I have a question that I think it's talked before, but I couldn't hear. I missed that conversation.
Yes.
So when I'm in a public and if I can't use any hand gestures, for example, like that, I don't want to get the other people's
Yeah.
negative energy, then I can use my hand gestures like this. Then what should I do?
You just say, I place myself in a golden sphere of light.
Mm,
Say it.
just in my mind, yeah.
Say it in your mind and then visualize it.
Mm-hmm.
How do you say that in? Can you translate that for everybody?
Би багшаас ингэж асуусан байхгүй юу? Юу гэвэл паблик газар одоо олон хүнтэй газар явж штэ. Тэр өнгөд бусад хүмүүс ингээ ард урд ч юм ингээ хажууд юм сонь сонь юм бэрээ тийм байдаг муу энергийг ингээ амааргүй санагдах үед би гараа хэрэглэх одоо ямар нэг тийм боломжгүй үед яах вэ гэсэн чинь багш өөрийгөө тийм нэг алтан бөмбөлөг дотроо байна гэж төсөөлөөд тэгээд өөртөө тэгэж хэлэх гинэ. Тий.
Okay, good.
And then I just say rim rim in my mind.
Yes, rim, rim. If you feel like you already got a negative energy on you, just say rim, rim, rim.
Okay.
Clean. Then you place yourself in a golden bubble. Or you can place yourself in golden bubble first and then do rim, rim, rim. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. And then you can say Reiki on if you want sort of energy to flow inside of you. Now, remember also, just know that when you have your hands positions, we all have practice Reiki, don't be afraid of like, oh, I have to wear a mask or I have to have Reiki on the whole time. Don't be afraid of negative energy, because negative energy is very low. It can usually not touch you. Okay, because it's like Reiki is up here where we are, and then low vibration is down. Right? But if you have like a bad day or you stub your toe or you get a little angry, okay, rim, you can clear that like that also. But don't be afraid of negative energy around you. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. But if there's like a fight or there is like, you know, crazy stuff going on, then yeah, put on your Reiki. But don't walk around being afraid or like, oh, I'm going into the mall or everybody is so negative there. No, that's fine. But if you feel more comfortable, you can, of course, place yourself in a golden sphere. I like to place myself in a golden sphere when I sleep, right? You can do that and have Reiki on and ask your guides and say, oh, would it be beneficial for me to clear my sinuses when I'm sleeping? Oh, yeah. Okay, good. Then you can have your sinuses cleared. Or something that is for the highest and the greatest good for me. Good. Yeah. So it's very,
Perfect.
it's like set the intention. The intention is number one. Okay. So now imagine, now you have your client here. How do you, you can have the person laying on a massage chair or massage bed if you have that, or you can go to people's homes. Today, I have put away my massage bed. So I have a big sofa here on my yoga shala. Can you see the sofa?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I just put some blankets there and she was laying back like that. We were talking a lot. So I did it there today. So that was easy, right? And then what do you do when you begin to have your clients and do Reiki on them? What do you say? What do you visualize for them? You place them in a golden sphere also, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ground them.
You ground them and you ground yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Hey. So do you say that out loud to your client or do you just do it?
We're going to speak out here.
You don't have to speak out. You don't have to be like, gosh, Aurelia, cheerio. But you say,
Okay.
okay, now I'm going to scan your body. Remember how we're scanning each other?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to scan your body now and tell me if you have any old injuries. Where do you have pain? Have you been happy? Have you been sad? They will tell you most likely. So you just listen and then you have Reiki on. And remember, the Reiki does the job for you. However, if you feel like one chakra is completely out, you can do chakra on all the chakras before you start. So they're aligning the chakras. You just do it with your hand. And then if they're very caught in their head, Sehi-ke. Sehi-ke. Remember Sehi-ke?
Yeah.
So you can balance their mind. Yeah, Sehi-ke. To balance their mind. If they have a sore throat, you can do chakra, chakra, chakra. Go back in the time, Hansa Seishonen, when they first got the virus. And then you can do Sehi-ke, Sehi-ke, Sehi-ke. Okay, and then you put more chakra. Okay. So then you can do the hands position on the client. Okay. So if they're laying down and they say, then you can ask, would you be okay if I touch your head? Is it okay if I touch your shoulders? Be of course careful to touch breast and belly. Please ask permission. Some people are like, oh yeah, touch it, no big deal. But some people are like, no. You can just beam it. You see the Reiki go on, you imagine with your hands, it goes on. Okay, so let me see. Even on Oh, you can maybe translate a little bit for a second, Billy, what I just said. So you put then put them in a golden sphere, talk to them, scan them, and make them feel comfortable. And they usually talk themselves. Maybe you can translate that.
Яа. За. Окей. Багш тэгнэ үйлчлэгчгээ орж ирээ хүлээж аваад тэгээд нөгөө ихэнд хэлдэг нөгөө 3 үгнүүдээ гашио, релио, черио гэдэг үгнүүдээ заавал юу чанга хэлэх албагүй өөрийнхөө дотроо хэлж болно гэсэн. Тэгээд тэр нөгөө алтан бөмбөлөг үүсгэх гэдэг тэр юмнуудаа ч гэсэн заавал чангаар хэлэх албагүй өөрөө дотроо хэлээд тэгээд хийж болно. Тэгээд үйлчлэгчээсээ эхлээд заавал ингээд гарын байрлалд ингээд юу явах та өөрөөс нь би ингээд таны бие төрж болох уу инээ тэрэг гээд асуугаарай, зөвшөөрлийг аваарай. Тэгээд ялангуяа эмэгтэй хүнд энэ цээж хавьд нь хүрэхтэй болгоомжтой хандаарай гинэ. Тэгээд өөр юу хэллээ. За яа туслаарай.
Тэг ер нь нөгөө хүний биеийн зүйтэй л их боломжтойгаар л заавал хэлүүлсэн аваарай. Тий.
Нэг юм орхитолцсон юм санагдаад байгаа.
Нөгөө нэг
За
хоолой молоо яхта юу хансаа сешн байна тийм.
Тийм нөгөө хоолой молоо нь өвчцөн үед хэрвээ ямар нэг юм ингээд таслахж байгаа зогсоогч байгаа бол дандаа нөгөө сехикэгээ хэлээд тэгээ босод үед нь чакурэгээ хэлсэн гинэ. Нөгөө хүрднүүд дээр нь ингээд чакурэ гэж ингээд эхлээд ажиллаад тэгээд сканинг хийн гэсэн тий. Сканинг хийхдээ тэгтээ нөгөө та үйлчлэгчээсээ та урд нь юм нөгөө хууч юм өртөл гэмтэл юм байгаа юу энэ тэрэ гэдгээ асуугаад тэгж ярилцаж болно гэсэн тий.
Тэгээ бас нөгөө нэг одоо чакрагийн ингээд скан хийж байхад нэг чакра нь ингээд бүр амар дайли байх юм бол тэндээ ингээд чакурэ хийж болно. Стар бол заавал чакурэ бүх чакран дээр хийх шаардлагагүй гэдээсэн үү? Тэгвэл
дайли
тий out гэдэг
тийм
нөгөө нэг вирус авсан үе рүүгээ цаг хугацаагаа дуудаад хансаа сешн дан дээр
тийм
болдог гэсэн.
So for example, Kishki, you said now you had you felt like you felt sick, right? Okay, so that can be a clearing of something. So, sorry. Okay. So for example, let's go back to you. So now you felt sick. So then you can go in your own mind. This is self Reiki. If you want to do it on yourself, you can say, okay, I'm feeling sick. Okay. Then you can say, with the help of Hansa Seishonen, remember you can go back in time or forward in time, and you say, go back to the origin point of me not feeling well. Okay, so use Hansa Seishonen, Hansa Seishonen, Hansa Seishonen. I'm going back to the origin, the first point to why I am not feeling well. And then I'm putting Reiki on that time and space on myself. Isn't that wonderful how you can go back or forward in time? So you can hear that now. So let's do that. Everybody put your hands up. Everybody in a golden sphere of light. Okay, translate that first. What I said, that you can go back, finding the origin point of the not feeling well.
Багш сая хишгээ дээр жишээ авч ийн л та хишгээ сайхан өвцөн гэд тэгээд хишгээг одоо хамгийн анх одоо тэрээ өвчнийг авсан бүр тэр цаг хугацаанд юм уу эсвэл бүр ирээдүйн рүү ч юм уу тэр үедээ очиод тэгээ нөгөө хансан шинэн сешнэн гэдгээ өөртөө хэлсэн тий.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
So now we do gasho,
Radio.
and kirio. Okay, and I'm assuming everybody's in a golden bubble. You all have chakra all the way around you. And now we put it there forward. Okay, so now beaming, let's go to the origin point. And Sugi is doing it with her mind, which is also good, right? Because she is somewhere out. Okay, so she's doing with her mind. Like the baby girl. Ah, babies. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to the origin point onto where your last, the reason why you didn't feel good last time you didn't feel good. Okay. Very, very general. Okay, and now we're going back with Hansa Seishonen. Hansa Seishonen. Hansa Seishonen. I'm going back to the original point, a space and time area. The reason for when I did not feel good the last time, and I'm clearing that with Reiki. So the underlying reason for why I didn't feel good the last time I feel good, clear it now with Reiki. Maybe you can translate that, Billy.
өөрийнхөө яг тухайн хамгийн сүүлд одоо өвдөд те өвдсөн тэр үе бодоод тэрийгэ бүр ингээ хамгийн анх хаанаас эхлэлтэй тэр цаг үе рүүгээ очиод тэгээд тэр тухайн үеийнхэн тэр цаг мөчтөө очиод тэгээд хансаасэйшонэн гэд хэлхэнэ.
Okay,
like,
can you feel energy now on your own self?
So do I have to find the time where I first felt bad, or like does it do the work itself?
It does the work itself.
Oh,
With the intention.
Okay.
Okay, so maybe it's an emotional reason. Maybe it's it's all energy, so it blurs emotion. Maybe it's a dis-ease. Maybe it's something you inherited. Maybe it's a bug. She's getting chills. Good. So we go back now and we heal the origin point from that. Yeah, if you feel itchy or, things are tingling, you know that the Reiki is working on you. Breathe. Okay, is it done? And then a muscle test, and I'm getting a yes. You remember how to muscle test, right? Okay. And then pretending we did that to a client, okay? Okay. And then you did all the hands positions on the clients. You worked on their chakras. Okay, they had questions. You ground them by touching the feet, right? At the end, you touch their feet or beam their feet to ground them into their new reality. Okay, you seal it in with the pinkies, with the pinky toes. Or you can just imagine this again. Okay, and then you fluff their aura, right? You seal the aura, and then you say, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And what does that mean? Peace, peace, peace. It's like our sign that you cut. Okay, you say, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then you say, I offer this healing for the greatest and the highest good for your client and the greatest and highest good for all. Okay, and then when you're done, what do you do with the client? So maybe you work on them for maybe 15, 20 minutes or something like that. And then you help them sit up. You offer them water. And sometimes they like to lay down for a minute and just like integrate it. Okay, you can take a card if you want to take a card for them. If they like that, you can, you know, use you can use a bell or a singing bowl, you know, whatever you want. And then you help them to sit up because they might be dizzy. Sometimes it's very, very strong. Okay, and you have them sit up with their feet down and drink water. Okay? And then you ask, what was your experience? How are you feeling? Okay. And then they will answer. And you know, some people, maybe translate that part also. Like help them up, feet down, give them water, and ask them, what was your experience? How are you feeling? If you can translate that, Billy.
Saya, sorry.
Saya, you got it? Will you translate Saya?
Аль заяа, which заяа? I think we have two zayas.
You too, Saya. Who
Тийм,
have
яг
Танд
тэгээд
ураарай.
нөгөө нэг рекигээ хийчээд үйлчлүүлэгчтэй яаруулахгүйгээр жоохон хэвдүүлж агаад босоход нь туслаад хөшиж босгоод хөлөө доош нь онжуулж ингээд суулгаж агаад ус өгөөд тэгээд за та ямар байна, юу мэдрэгдсэн, би нь яаж өөрчлөгдөж гин гэж асуугаад тэгээд яг тэр нөгөө дуусах байгаа үедээ бас багш нөгөө нэг юу хэрэглээд байсан штэ, картнууд хэрэглээд байсан штэ, ингээд өөртөө нэг хүзэр шиг тийм картнууд хэрэглэж болно. Гол нь ус уулгаад тэгээд өөртөө бас ярилцаад юу мэдрэгдсэн нь асуугаарай.
Okay.
Өөр юу гэсэн бэлээ.
Okay, so then you have, see, you know, it's normal, whatever, you know, just talk to your person. And some people, some clients are very talkative. And some people, but they fall asleep. Okay. And if they fall asleep, it's also okay. When translate that also.
Is there a meaning of like them like feeling the tingling or like hot or like sleeping? Is there a difference?
Yeah. So try to, if they've never experienced Reiki before, you can explain to them. It may feel like tingly. It may feel like hot. And some people feel cold energy. And then it's like some have a dipping and so on and so forth. So just tell them that that is the Reiki working. And you also will start to find out what it is. Usually when I feel tingly, it can be an inflammation or something that isn't open. And if it's blocked, it just goes it's like no energy. So then you can work on that, right? By opening chakra, you can hand position and go back to the original point. And then if it's like not working, also loosen it up with sehi ke, removing the stagnant energy. It's like clogged. Okay. And then you can also take chakra backwards and take out energy. So this is for you to experience and remember, you know, it is not like a super written rule because it's all with intention and what makes you feel comfortable. The more you practice, the more you will feel what works really good for you. But you can always ask me, you know, and if you don't speak English, just have somebody translate it and ask me, okay? Good question. But for them, sometimes they don't feel anything, but they feel better afterwards. That's good too. Okay. Okay, so your client is done. They're sitting up now, and you gave them water to drink. Then you ask, okay, how are you feeling? And they're like, oh, I feel so good, you know. And then, or you can ask, well, I didn't feel anything. Okay, well, let me know tomorrow how you're feeling. How did you sleep? Make sure they're grounded before they go into a car or anything like that and drive. Okay. And then you ask, okay, what was your experience? I said, oh, I felt this, I felt that. And you talk about it, you know. And then you can say, okay, when would you like to come back? And they're like, I want to come tomorrow. I say, okay, no, I don't know. Tomorrow might be a little much. Just wait one day, you know, wait a little bit. Once a week is recommended, you know. And then I usually do, if they're just new and they have a lot of stuff going on, then I like to do once a week for 3 weeks and then take a break because we must integrate. Like, remember how you did 21 days of hands positions, right? Now it's in your body, okay? It's in your field. So just let them rest for a minute, and then you can continue and have them every 2 weeks or once a month or once every 3 weeks, whatever they want, okay? There's always something to work on. There's always something. We have so much going on in our bodies. And some people just want to come because it feels so good. Some people can't sleep at night because they're so wound up in their nervous system. When they start to do Reiki, they will relax and sleep so much better. Okay? So any questions about that?
Yes. So, is there any like guides on how to integrate the sessions?
Just rest, drink water, and eat food. That's it.
You don't have to like think about it or like,
No,
okay.
not really. If you like them to have a recording of it, they can play the recording. That might also help the body integrate. Remember, it's a cellular memory. Our cells, our fascia, our muscles, our train of thoughts, our emotions, it's all a vibration. So what we are doing, we're harmonizing our field. And that's how they will integrate. Yeah.
What if some clients are not satisfied what we offer or
That's
after
up to them. That's their that's their energy, that's their perception, right? It's their perception. And you know, we're not here to please everyone, but we're here if they're asking for Reiki. Anyway, Reiki is not how you do it anyway. It's not from your mind. Reiki is powerful energy. So if they're not satisfied, you can just say, I'm sorry that this wasn't for you. I still appreciate you so much for coming and trusting me, and I'm honored to facilitate this Reiki healing for you. Okay? And some people are just angry and they don't want to be satisfied, right? And that's okay too, because you never know what they have experienced in the past. So just hold them in compassion and say, that's all right. We can try again if you like, or why don't you reach out in a few days? It takes some time for it to kind of go through you. Remember how you did it, the Reiki 1 attunement, and then you did the Reiki 2 attunement after just a few days. That was a lot. It's a lot. So because we didn't have time, right? So you guys got like boom, boom. Usually I do a little more time in between my sessions, right? But we just had that amount of time. So just keep doing it on yourself. The more you do it on yourself, the more you can hold and facilitate for others too. Okay, so that's good. So find words of compassion, right? Because if you know in your gut, in your heart, like Saya said, she wanted to buy her car and she was doing, oh my God, chakray, oh, position. And her intention was, I want to get that car and I want to get there safely and not fall asleep behind the wheel. That was her intention. And when she got there, she got the car and, you know, then she had energy to drive back home too. So was it because of the Reiki? Well, I don't know. But
Probably.
yeah, imagine if she didn't have the Reiki and she was stressed out and really mad and pissed off. Do you think that the likelihood of her to get the car was higher or lower? You know, we're energy. So what we put out, we get back.
Yeah.
It's how it works. Personally, I know that Reiki works and I know it's very powerful. And I had to learn Reiki before I did my shaman training and, you know, and tantric training. But otherwise, I couldn't understand energy. Reiki will start to give you the understanding of energy in your body, like energy of motion, emotions. Okay, so yes, you want to translate a little bit, somebody, just for everybody. Is there any questions? Ulits to gulgur. Do you have questions? Sorry.
Үүсээ асуулт байгаа мó гэдэг нь үү?
Бүгдээрээ нөгөө хүн дээр рекигээ хийгээд үзсэн үү те?
Зүгээр гэрийнхэн дээр л үзсэн.
Сая багш яг саяны хэсгүүд нь яг нэлээд юу ярьсан бэ? Зарим нь ойлгох, зарим нь ойлгохгүй.
Би хэрвээ авсан үйлчлүүлэгч чинь сэтгэл хангалуун биш байвал яах вэ гэж асуусан.
Аха.
Нэг яг уучлаарай, юулээ хүмүүс нь орчуулаарай. Уучлаарай.
Яг зарим хүмүүс яг нөгөө нэг бэлэн биш ч юм уу эсвэл угаасаа энэ чинь бид нар өөрсдөө ингэж бодож олоод хийгээд байгаа биш тий. Рейки ч надаа ийм тийм дээрээс ирж байгаа хүчтэй энергийг бид нар өөрсдөө дамжуулж байгаа болохоор тэр хүн хүлээж авахд бэлэн биш ч байсан байж магадгүй. Гэхдээ бол ер нь бол рейкийг хийгдсэн л гэсэн үг. Тийм болохоор одоо намайг ингэж сонгож над дээр ирж рейкигээр одоо үйлчлүүлсэнд баярлалаа гэж хэлээд тэгээд тэрэнд нэг ер нь ингээ өөр дээрээ ингээ тусгаж аваад би хийж чадсангүй болсонгүй гэж аль болохоор тэгээд нэг гол нь хандлага л гэж багш яаж юм л та би бас ингээд энд ирчээд машин жишээ авахгүй л ингээл яана бүтггүй ах үү энийг тэрийг гэхийн оронд тэгэл яг рейкигээ хэрэглээл ингээл яасан болохоор гол нь үүний чи яг өөртөө яаж сайнаар тусгаж хүлээж авсан сайнаар ботсон одоо болно гэж ботсон болов тэгээ болж байгаа юм чинь гэж тийм л нэг хандлага бас позитив байх хэрэгтэй л гэж гол мессеж нь хэлж байгаа шүү дээ.
Гэхдээ бид нар одоохондоо бол гэрийнхэндээ л хиймстэй тэгээ түүнээс нэг тэгж төлбөр аваад рейки хийх одоо хэмжээний бол болоогүй байгаа зү. Тэр мэрийгээ яаж мэдэх
Болцсон л гэж багш үзээд байгаа юм байна. Багш бол бидний болцсон үйлчлүүлэлт явж болно гэж үзээд байгаа. Одоо бидний 21 хоног одоо ингээд өөрсөндөө нөгөө гарын байрлалуудаа ингээд дадуулсан учраас одоо энэ юу чинь та нарт ингээд оршиж байгаа би болцсон гэж үзээд байгаа байхгүй юу. Тэгээ өнөөдөр яг ингээд үйлчлүүлэгч эхнээс нь хэлж орж ирэхэд яаж хүлээж авахаас эхлүүлээд яаж дуусах хүртэл юм яриад байгаа байхгүй юу.
харин тэр юм гайхаад
Тэгээд түрүүний нөгөө өөрчлөж байгаа хүн байвал тэр бол зүгээр тэр хүн яг өнгөрсөнд яг юу тулсыг бид нар бас мэдэхгүй. Тэр бол зүгээр тэр хүний л өөрийнх нь одоо үнцэгтэй тэр хүний өөрийнх нь хандлага учраас тэр тийм байсан ч болно зүгээр бид нар бол тэрэнд эмзэглэх хэрэггүй л гэж хэлээд байгаа шүү.
Тэгээд би нөгөө нэг ээж дээрээ хийж үзсэн байхгүй. Тэгээд нэлээ мэдрээд манай ээж бас би юу ч хэлээгүй л дээ. Янз бүрийн ингээд юм мэдрэн зэтрэн тэгээд алтан мөмлөгөөч хэлээгүй зүгээр хөвтчихээ тэгээ рекэдэл. Тэгээ би өөрөө
Тэгж болно гэсэн.
тийм би нэлээ өөрөө мэдрээд тэгсэн чи манай ээж босч ирээд миний биеийнхаа ингээд аягүй гой хөнгөрчих шиг боллоо. Аягүй сонин ингээд хөл мөл гар гой ингээд хөдлөөд ингээд гэсэн байхгүй юу. Тэгээд тэгчээд би оройн гэрлүүгээ харчаад маргааш нь асуу гэснээр за өөрөө тэгж агаад надад нөгөө нэг юугаа ярих байх гэж би асуугаагүй. Тэгээд дараа нь сая 2-3 хоногийн өмнө уулзахдаа Реки хэлгээ тэгээд маргааш цагаас нь ямар хөө байна гэдгсэн чинь маргааш нүглээс ирэхэд би ингээд бас аягүй гоё зүгээр байгаа гэсэн. Тэгээд 2 саяхан уулзахад буцаад ингээд гарын жоохон ингээд буцаад өгдөөд ингээд тэгээдсэн. Тэр нь одоо ямарчтай.
Түрүүн багш тэрийг нэг хайлт ярьчихвалстэй би тэрэн дээр сайн анхаарч жоохон сайн сонсоогүй. Ямар ч хэлсэн үйлчлүүлэгчээ 7 хоногт нэг удаа ингээ хүлээж авах бол ер нь нормалны тэгснээ үйлчлүүлэгч нь ингээ 7 хоногт нэг удаа авж байгаа тэгээд сүлдээ нэг сардаа нэг удаа ч юм уу тэгж мэгэж ботно гэдгийг
давтан тэгээд
хэрэг дэлгэрүүлээд ярих юм байна уу?
Юу нь яг ингээл амар гоё рекины юу аваад тэгэл дахиад маргааш нэрийг гэх юм бол ер нь жоохон амарсан дээр гэж зүгэлсэн тий хүмүүстэй. Тэгээд 7 хоногт нэг удаа давтаж ирээд 3-7 хоног дараалаад ирж болно. Тэгээд нэг жоохон амраад яг тэгэл тэр нөгөө нэг хийлгсэн одоо энэ энерги имжлээ чинь ингээд тэр үндээ сайн ороод сайн ингээд бас яах одоо шингэх хэрэгтэй, тэрэнд нь цаг өгөх хэрэгтэй. Бид нар ч гэсэн ингээд 1-2 ингээл араас нь бүүм гэл цаг бага байсан болохоор айгүй хурдан ингээд авцсан. Тэгэхээр бас зарим юмнуудыг сайн мэдэрч амжаагүй гэж магадгүй. Тэгэхээр үйлчлүүлэгч бол 7 хоногт нэг удаа байхад бол айгүй боломжийн татамжтай. Тэгээд 3-7 хоног тэгж яваад тэгээд нэг жоохон амраад тэгээд дахиад ярилцж байгаа тэгэхээр юм юм байна.
So okay, so when I have a client here, I always have at least one candle on. Or incense, but I have something so that the energy clears the whole time. I know Reiki is always clearing, but I have one candle. Okay, so then you say, thank you, how are you? Then you wash your hands. You can use water. If you don't have water, you can imagine that you have water, or you can use a wifey. Okay, maybe translate that. But the candle, wash your hands.
Okay. Багш тэнэ үйлчлүүлэгч авж явахдаа хэдийгээр одоо рейки ингээд энерги цэвэрлэх ч гэсэн гэлээ үйлчлүүлэгч авж явахдаа бол байнгын нэг лаа асаалттай тэгээ бас нөгөө нэг essential oil-нуудыг асаасан байдаг гинэ бас тийм өөр энерги цэвэрлэх юмнууд тийм хүч тийм өөр энерги цэвэрлэх тийм юмнуудыг бол байнга ашигладаг гинэ. Тэгээд энерги рейкигээ дуусгаад гараа угаагаад
Okay, so
sorry, can I translate you that what Ghana say?
Yeah.
So Ghana, she said she tried her Reiki on her mom, and I guess her mom's arm was little. Ghanaгийн ээжийнх нь гарны яасан гэлээ.
Нээсээ жоох ийшиг ингээд дагаж өгдөөд байдаг байхгүй хүндрээд ингээд өөрөгдгөө жоох өгдөөд.
So yeah, she said her mom's one side of the arm doesn't feel good because of the hurt.
Yeah.
And then she did a Reiki on that, and then she doesn't say anything, speak out like any Reiki words or like golden sphere things. She just did all in her mind, and then she scanning and then did the Reiki on her. And then just after the Reiki, she said, I feel more lighter and like a little better.
Good.
And then
okay,
and then next morning also she said she still feels lighter and better, but and a few days ago she met again and then asked her arm again, and then she said, oh, arm is back to a little bit like
wow,
sore or something like that. And then
yay, good.
So yeah, so I guess her question is that like how many times the session will be like.
She can continue as much as she wants.
Mhm.
When you're done with this body, maybe you
Mhm.
go through. It's so wonderful,
Mhm.
you know, and one session is wonderful.
Mhm.
100 sessions is also wonderful. It's
Mhm.
beyond, you know, we think, okay, if 5 sessions, this is good. No, it works beyond space and time. It's like we can't get it with our minds, but we just do it anyway because we can see her mama is
Mhm.
better now, you know?
Mhm.
So that's a beautiful blessing. You,
So
Mhm.
mhm. Sorry. So it just depends depending on the clients how many times they want.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And they can come back, and sometimes they want to come back because they have something severe, a disease, right? And then they can come, other people because they can't sleep. Okay, other people because they have a headache. Other people because they broke their leg. Other people because they just want to feel positive energy. Some people have problems with the mind. Some people have problems with their emotions. You know, it's all energy. So Reiki works through everything.
Okay. So I'll translate you гана.
Thank you.
Гана тэгнэ ээж чи хэрвээ ингээ буцаад жоохон нөгөө гар нь ингээ эвгүй мэдрэгтэй байгаа бол тэрийгэ хэдэн ч удаа хийж болно гинэ. Үйлчлүүлэгч чинь хэдэн удаа хийлгэхийг хүсэн тэр хэмжээгээр л хийгээд ээж болно. Яг тэд гэсэн тоо байхгүй юм байна. Ер нь бол тэгээд хийгээд ээж болох юм байна. Тэгээд зарим хүмүүс бол толгоо нүгддэг, зарим хүмүүс дойрны асуудалтай, зарим хүмүүс одоо сэтгэл зүй асуудал ч гэдэг юм уу те, эсвэл хөл гарна бэртсэн гэмсэж гэдэг юм уу те. Тэрнээс шалтгаалаад ер нь бол үйлчлүүлэгч хэлгээл яхахыг хүсэх юм бол тэгэл хийгээ байж болох юм гинэ. Тэр нь яг нөгөө түрүүний ярьсан 7 хоногт нэг бол ерөнхийдөө их гайгүй дайггүй тоо тэгээд ингээ ярьсан штэ. Юм гинэ.
Тэрийг бид нар ингээд үйлчлүүлэгч авдаг боллоо гэхээр тэгэхээр ингээ хүмүүс маань ирээд болоо яах юм. Юм болоо яах.
So
дахиад жаахан тодорхой болгоо.
So I have to go, but if you guys want to meet again next week at the same time on the same Zoom group, we can meet again. You want to do that?
Okay.
Yes. Good. Then we do that. Also, after you.
Дараагийн
Okay, go ahead.
Дараагийн 7 хоногт хэрвээ бид нэр дахиад ийм асуулт гараад багштай Zoom уулзалт хиймээр байвал тэгэж болно гинэ.
Yes, would love to meet.
Good, wonderful. Now, if we want to meet, why don't you try to make a pretend session and write out what you did? So you have a structure you can follow. Okay, and do it, you know, Ice Baby's gonna get some Reiki really, or you can do on your baby, or you can do on your mother, or you can do on somebody that wants to volunteer. You translate that, and then my class starts soon. So yeah.
Okay. Тэгээ хэрвээ эх 7 хоногт одоо ингээд Zoom авахаар бол хэдүүлээ ингээд яг одоо яг үйлчлүүлэгчээ эхнээс нь эхлүүлээд яаж хүлээж авахаас эхлүүлээ яаж дуусгах хүртэл юмнуудаа ингээд яг юу хийсэн яасан юу мэдрэгдсэн бүх юмнуудаа ингээд бичиж тэмдэглээд тэгээд орж ирмээр байна гинэ. Тэгээд хэдүүлээ ингээд ерөнхийдөө ойр тойронд байгаа ойрын хүмүүстэй ингээд хийгээд үзээл гэж яг юм бүтэн юм нэг юм үйлчлүүлэгч авч ийн гэж төсөөлөд хийгээд үзээ гинэ.
Kishki, you want to do that? You do a session?
Yeah, but I go to the countryside.
Yes, good. You do perfect. You're going?
Yeah, no, it's another with the family trip.
Oh, okay. That's okay. You can do tomorrow. And then just write it out anyway.
Okay.
And if you happen to wake up and you can come with the family, you can take a little time. Good. If not, that's okay. I have recorded this meeting and I make it into a video and I post it on the group. Not on the Google group, but so people can watch it. Okay?
Mhm.
And practice,
Thank you.
practice, practice. Yes, because this is
Mhm.
amazing. Imagine Ganji could help her mom. Wow, that's wonderful. I too, I help my dad, here on my Reiki grid. Even, ask permission from his higher self, and he would felt better. So you can do so much good for your loved ones. The more you try, the more you feel comfortable, then you take clients and I just come to you and it's easy. You do it in the yoga class, whatever you're doing. It's wonderful in your sound bowls or in your paintings, right? Or whatever you're doing. Okay?
Okay.
Mhm.
Beautiful. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll try to meet again and we're on the group and then I set up the Google group when I have a chance. Okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.